Hello, welcome back. So this lesson we're going to look at the small capital letters, and just as before I'm going to number those strokes so you can see the exact strokes that we're using, and then the next lesson after this one we'll finish up the capital letters, and then in the future lessons we're going to show you how to design a Christmas card, how to design a thank you card, and how to look at doing some calligraphy on a scrapbook. So without further ado, let's get started. We're using our Zig calligraphy memory system again, as we did before, and we're going to use our calligraphy book, and we're going to open it up. So if you remember last time I showed you the capital letters, and then we numbered the strokes that we were using, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing today, and we're going to start with the letter I and move on to the other letters in that session. Again, we're going to use our board, and we're going to place that underneath here so that so that it doesn't bleed through. And again, we're going to, like I said, we're going to number the strokes, and we want to make sure that we're carrying the strokes through, just like we did before in the capital letters. And we're going to use our ascender and descender lines. So this is your ascender line, this is your midline, so all the cap, and this is your lowercase, and this is your bottom descender line. So we're going to use those again. So without further ado, let's get started. So the letter I, we'll go ahead and do that first. And again, we're going to start just a little bit above the line, right up here. And we're going to pull that, and we're going to come down, and we're going to finish the stroke. Okay, so that's the letter I. So the letter J actually is going to come down a little bit further. So I'm going to add that stroke there. It's 1, 2, and then we're going to come down. And then just below there, so that actually is our letter J. So then, and then I'm going to number these after we're done, just to make it a little bit quicker. So then we're going to do the letter K, and we're going to start out with our top start. I'm going to pull back down, and then we're going to come up here. I'm going to pull that across and down, and then I'm going to kind of curve that a little bit and come up like that. So that's our letter K. Capital letter L, again, we're going to do this. I'm going to start with the top line, I'm going to come down, a little bit of a jolt there, and we're going to come up and maybe curve that just a little bit. It's still the same, it's still a numbered stroke, it's just a little different, so I'm going to pull that back there a little bit. It's letter L. So letter M, we're going to actually pull this in, and come down, and we're going to end our stroke right there, and we're going to come down again, and stop the stroke, come up, pull it just a little bit like that, and then we're going to come down like that. The letter N. The letter N is basically the same as the letter M. I'm going to come down, pull it down like this, and then we're going to pull our other part down. And then if you want to, you can actually continue that stroke up and go up like this, and I'm going to just do that for you right now. And then we'll stop it right there. So there's your letter N. So letter O, actually we'll start down here. So letter O is just like the lowercase o, except it's larger. And we're going to use the whole base like that. Letter P, and we're actually going to start with a downstroke first, and we're going to come back here, and we're going to pull it around, and we're going to do our other stroke like that. Okay, and you can actually add that little piece at the bottom if you need to. I think it looks better personally. So the letter Q, again, is just like your letter O, and we're going to come around like this, and then we're going to add our little downstroke and tick. Okay, and letter R is the same as letter P, except for that little one stroke there. So we're going to downstroke, pull down, come across. Now here we want to start. Well, we can do it that way, or we can do it this way. And the reason I'm doing two letter R's is to show you there's a difference between the two of them if you want to. And we can even pull that back like that. So there's your letters right there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to number those, and we're going to show you the strokes that we're using. So if you look at the letter I here, the letter I uses a number 2 stroke. Let me get my pen working here. Okay, there we go. So you'll use a number 2 stroke and a number 3 stroke. Okay, and if you want to, you can add a 2 stroke down here, but I don't think that's going to make any difference. So we have our 2 stroke, our 3 stroke, our 4 stroke, and our upstroke here, which is also the number 4. Okay, so when I have the letter K, and we have a 2-2 stroke, so we have one here one here, and we have 2 3-strokes. This is still a 3-stroke, and we have another 3-stroke there, and then we have another 3-stroke down here. Okay, so then we're going to go up here to we have our 2-stroke, we have our 3-stroke, and we have a 2-stroke. In fact, this one is a 2 right here, not a 3. All right. So then we go to our letter M, and we have a 2-stroke. We have a 1, a 1, and a 3. And then this stroke here is basically the 3-stroke. It's just done a little bit differently. So we'll put that there. So letter M, that's the letter M. So letter N, again, we have just the 2-stroke, the 1-stroke, and a 3-stroke, and another 3-stroke here. Now this could be a 1-stroke if you want it to be, but that's actually a 3-stroke. So letter O is a 1 and a 3, as always. So the letter P is our 2-stroke up here. Now remember, because we curve this around a little bit, that's still going to be a 3-stroke. And then this will be a 2-stroke, this will be a 3, and then this will be a 2. So then we go to letter Q, we've got our 1 and 3, but here we have a basic 4-stroke. Remember, we're doing that basic 4-stroke down here, up here, and then the same thing here. So then we get to the letter R, and we have our 3-stroke, our 2-stroke, and another 3. Remember, we're calling it a 3 since it's still curved, it's still a stroke there. And then we have our 1-stroke, and we're going to curve that up a little bit like that. And that's basically the capital letters for today. And then next lesson we're going to finish up the capital letters, and then I'm going to show you how to join the words together and make them look a little bit fancier. So I'm just going to go ahead and sign off. And I'm going to say goodbye.